Hi, I'm Ricky. Welcome to MentorcliQ's Mentoring Soundbites, where we answer some of the most common and important questions professionals just like you ask about starting, managing, and growing their mentoring programs. In this video, a talent development leader from a Fortune 500 healthcare company offers strategies you can use to find and promote diverse leaders within your organization. We hope you find this video helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe for more mentoring best practices like these.
I think that the buy-in was there because one of the next statements usually out of our CEO's mouth after the Safe Clinical Enterprise is something around development. So we were very intentional about making any program that we launched after that to tie back to, once again, our first priority, which is safety. And also, when it comes to development, we wanted to make sure that we had a platform for encouraging people to be a part of that. And multiple platforms. One is definitely including folks that are outside of learning and development. So we needed to make sure that our recruiting, right? So our recruiting resources were involved in our programs. We also wanted to make sure that we had support from our senior leaders in our human resources department. So we kind of went and did some road shows, to be very honest, David. We went and did some road shows to our senior leader teams. And we had the opportunity to at least provide to them what we see. So we kind of broke it down into this is year 1, year 2, year 3, so that they could get an idea of some of the programs that we wanted to launch and how this could impact their continued leadership growth and the goals that they were trying to accomplish. So I think we tried not to get too ahead of ourselves by assuming what they wanted to accomplish and left that open a little bit as a blank canvas for them to identify how they wanted their mentoring programs to evolve and to help them with the goals that they were trying to achieve. Many of our mentoring programs, and we may get into this a little bit later, but many of our mentoring programs fit within a larger program. So we are very blessed that we have a lot of engagement and a lot of excitement and energy around developing people. And when I say developing people, I don't mean just leaders, Dave. We have emerging leaders programs. We have, like I mentioned, our newly licensed programs. We have our new hires that are coming into the organization. And many of our programs that we have put in place, mentoring is a component of that. So at times, it just infuses in because through an intake process or an ability to influence the stakeholders, we're able to say, you know what, if you added a mentoring component to that program, just imagine how dynamic you could make this program, or think of the impact that you can make when it comes to building confidence or creating networking opportunities, so on and so forth. So I think that it has been helpful to have so many other programs already in place that mentoring has fit in very, very nicely into that dynamic. If I had to summarize the goal of all 3 of those programs, it really is to identify and dismantle any kind of structural barrier within our own organization that we have around any diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. And so all 3 of these programs are addressing that. That allowed us to not only focus on our internal team members, but to go into our communities and go into our underserved communities and identify what do they need. So we kind of look at it as we went outside in and inside up. So from the outside, what did folks need to be able to build confidence and to grow their careers in healthcare? And then how can we recruit folks to come internal to our organization so that we can continue to retain and grow those folks? We want an individual program and we want the one-on-one program, but then we also want our group mentoring program. And so we actually created 2 programs. Well, I guess I should say we created 2 programs with kind of the same audience. So we took our POC nurse leaders and split them into groups so that some could be experiencing that one-on-one mentoring relationship, and then others could be experiencing that group mentoring relationship. And we have started to see some really dynamic things come of that. One of the things is just the amazing stories that we hear from people. And I would also say the resilience. So many of you know, we had to actually put a pause on that. We're in healthcare, right? So we were faced with a pandemic over the last year. But it was so encouraging to hear people say, when can we restart this? I was starting to grow so much. What are some of the things that I can be doing while we're on this like official pause? And then when we got to relaunch, just the excitement around it. We were experimenting with both types of formats because more to come. We're going to be doing some more group mentoring programs in the future. So we wanted to get our kind of feet wet with what that was going to be like. Also, we identified that there were certain people that we kind of carved out as our high potentials, and folks we put in that one-to-one mentoring program. And we still wanted to engage folks that maybe hadn't had that designation of high potential for multiple reasons. They just hadn't been with the organization long enough. They were newer to their nurse leader role. So that was one area. We took already folks that we knew were in that high potential category and gave them that one-on-one mentoring resource, and then took some of our other folks that are highly performing and putting them into that group mentoring program. And I think that we have learned that throughout the years is that the simpler you can make it, the more people are willing to be engaged, because it fits in with their mindset, right? It fits in with what I'm already shooting for, right? And I think it also comes from a strong culture of understanding that we use these leadership behaviors, this competency model in every aspect, right? We use it in our 360 we use it in our performance review. We use it in deciding what types of open enrollment programs we're going to put in place. So people are seeing it all over the organization. So that's why we decided not to kind of upset the apple cart and go in a different direction.
How does your organization support the growth of its diverse leadership? Let us know in the comments below. Multiple studies have shown that diverse leadership increases profit margins. By cultivating and supporting a more diverse pool of leaders, your organization stands to benefit both financially and culturally. Mentoring programs will help you leverage the experience of existing leaders and uplift high potential talent who have historically gone unnoticed. For even more mentoring tips, check out our links below the video or visit us at MentorcliQ.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get updated on mentoring best practices like these.